Hey guys, it's Renata, Intuitive Growth Coach, and I know Kelly's been bugging she's like, why don't you do a live here? So this is my first live in this group, so I don't know the tribe as well as my own group, so bear with me, okay? So while you're jumping on, if anyone's here, I'll be happy to give you some messages or intuitive guidance, so just post your questions. And in the meantime, I'm gonna just chat with you about the big word being stuck, okay? Because that's that's the famous word that we're all like, oh, I'm stuck, I cannot do this, I cannot achieve that. So I'm gonna give you simple pointers, what you may wanna look at, and what you may wanna pay attention to, and just kind of guide you. Maybe that will help you to break through a little, or at least start being aware of what's going on and how you can change all that. Okay, so first of all, if you're not aware of what you're doing wrong, you cannot change anything. You don't know what you're doing wrong, right? So you cannot take actions or do something differently, right? So the first thing is you gotta become aware. So you gotta know what you're thinking that's not working for you, or that's not healthy, or that's negative. So you gotta simply start observing things. What's going on, let's say, in your mind? What are the patterns? Why your reaction this or that? Why your emotions come up? What kind of emotions are there? And if you're jumping on, just say hi. And if you have a question, want a message, just let me know, okay? So being aware of what's going on is that first step, right? So you gotta know what's not working in your mind and your emotions, okay? So become aware, just observe. What I like to tell my clients, journal. Write down for a couple of days what exactly you're thinking and what emotions come up. So if you catch yourself thinking, just jot down like a couple notes and see what's going on in the mind. After a couple of days, you're going to look at whatever you wrote and you're going to start seeing the patterns. The same with emotions. What are you feeling? Why are you feeling those emotions? What thoughts created those emotions? Or what experiences created those, right? So observe those, okay? So being aware is good, but that's not enough to make things happen or to change things. So you want and commit to doing things. So let's say if you want to have 5 more clients or make 5K or find a life partner, that's a good start. But you want to make a commitment because you have to make a decision. If you haven't made a decision and you want to do something, I promise it's not going to go anywhere. I've seen it with myself when I thought I made a decision. I've seen it with my clients. If you haven't made a decision and haven't committed to taking action every day for whatever you want to achieve, you're not going to get anywhere. And again, say hi if you're jumping on, okay? So you got to commit. You got to make yourself take whatever needs or do whatever you need to do towards what you want. Because nothing's going to happen, okay? So let's see. You got awareness, you got commitment, and then you say you take action, but say, Renata, okay, I'm committed and I'm taking action, but nothing's happening. What I'm doing wrong? Well, then I'm gonna ask you, do you know everything you need to know? Do you have the skills and abilities you gotta have? Because that's one of the things that probably might be missing, that you're doing things wrong or doing the wrong thing. Okay, so if that's the case, go ahead and learn the thing. Learn what you need to learn, get the skill, and you're going to be able to perform better, okay? So you can Google, you can hire someone, you can learn from someone else. And that's going to be one of the things. Another thing that is a lot more tricky is you're maybe unconsciously blocking your own efforts. And if you guys jumping on, just leave me a comment with your question if you want to have a message or something, okay? I can channel that for you. So unconsciously blocking your own efforts, that's the big one. Because in the current moment, what happens is you may not be even thinking your own thoughts. You may not be even, those thoughts may not be coming from you, who you are right now, because guess what? You've been programmed for many, many years since the childhood. So you may be simply running those programs still right now in the current moment, okay? And that's what becomes tricky if you don't change those programs, okay? So no matter how hard you try right now, if in the past, let's say your father abandoned you, feel, or even a few years ago, maybe your husband left, you will be having the same reaction you had back then in the similar situations you are right now. So if you're going to meet someone today, you may not be trusting that person, right? So that program from the past will be running in your mind. So you gotta change that subconscious and the way your perception is and what things mean to you into the present moment. So you may be sabotaging your own efforts today because you haven't addressed whatever happened in the past. Make sense? I hope it does. So if you something is not working and you think you're doing everything right, look at the knowledge. I'm sorry, so I was calling. Look at the knowledge, and if you have enough appropriate skills, good skills enough, and look at your subconscious mind. Basically, why you think the way you think right now, why there are those patterns here, what happened in the past that still affects your present, okay? And oftentimes, without even being aware of the actions we take, we expect ourselves to fail, to create, we create the reasons that we cannot do something. And 99% of the time, it's coming from the past because those programs are not yours. Because whenever you grew up, your parents, your teachers, anyone around you, they brought in the perception of theirs onto you. And that's how you are who you are, because you were just an empty bowl. And everyone put all the things into that bowl. That's how you have this perception. So if something's not working today, if you're stuck, just look back into that subconscious, into the past, and into what you're doing right now. Okay? If you have any questions, message me, PM me. I'd love to hear from you. And have a nice day. Bye-bye, guys.